Long ago that I was reading about IDs when you vote, like showing your ID. I've never voted where I didn't have to show my ID. It's just been something that has always been the truth. And so then, the arguments against IDs, you can get an ID from nearly anywhere that would identify us and be valid for an ID. So it's never been one of those things that I could compromise on too much. Like, of course you need that. We need to make sure that, you're a U.S. citizen to vote. Okay. If you're going to tell us who our leaders are going to be, you need to be someone who is a legal citizen of this country and you have a right to vote, age to vote, then vote. That's never been much of a debate for me. It's like, okay, if you're legal, have an ID and vote so they can prove that you're a legal citizen. Seems fair. Seems fair. Anyway, but beyond that, sometimes, like with me, it's like if I had kept the same thing on my ID, like my driver's license, if I kept the same thing on there, it's like hair brown. Are you kidding me? Yeah, look at this. It's like, I don't know how you would do hair skin color or bald. See, now you just put bald. But back when I originally got my license, because of hair color, brown, dark brown, or whatever it may be, identifying me. If they were looking at that and they said, well, it says here you're 210 pounds. And look, you look a little heavier than that. Yeah. Well, I am a lot heavier than I was when I was a teenager. So it's like, okay, now I'm, now I'm 230. So it's like, put on a little bit of weight. Yeah, I did. Identifying me with that ID would be a little strange. It'd be like, yeah, doesn't look like the cat that it's describing right here. So I had to update information as I went. Here's what I want you to know. Your identity. Some people say, well, listen, I remember my past. I remember things I did in my past. And man, I just can't move past them. And God can't love me. No. Look, your identity is in Christ now. All right. It's a whole new picture. It's a whole new picture. Sure, your personality is still there. You're all those things like that, but it's a completely different picture now. Your identity is not in the world. Your identity is not in your past. Your identity is not in regrets and shame. Your identity is in Christ and what he has done for you. He's transformed you. He's made you new. Behold, I make all things new, he says. He's made you new. If you're born again, he has made you new. And in making you new, you need not be caught up in those things. You need not be caught up in the identity of the past. That is who you were then. You are something different now. A completely different identity, completely different ID card. You belong to him now. And you are transformed and changed. Don't live there. Don't live with the old ID. You don't belong to that time period any longer. You belong to the Lord, and your identity is in him. Love you guys. Bye-bye.